All right, we're back into our primary mission. So after opening a marquee, we're gonna have, it's gonna view, a little bit shabby view, with building element tab, missing, building element missing here, with kind of, be missing, yeah. But the thing is, we are not on the structure, layer combination. We are using the MEP, schematic power plan. So mean that most of structural elements they are really not needed. That's why you don't really see them appearing here. They are not that required in this for this layer combination, for this floor plan. So we mean that on 3D as well they will be missing. That's why you cannot see the slab, neither beams and other structural element. A little bit of walls around, yeah, and you can see that it's not fully enclosed because this is a marquee, so it's like a cutout in Revit. So yeah, if I try to zoom in here and then look around, I can see my different electrical fixtures around, set up on the walls, and then a little bit of ceiling lights here. And by the way, there's no like ceiling boards or ceiling metal ceiling. No, the ceiling the project was set up in such a way that the bottom slab will be used as a ceiling. So there's no ceiling as a building element. No, there's not. There's only a ceiling used from the bottom surface of the slab, which was considered as a ceiling. So yeah, so meaning that all these ceiling lights, they are stuck on the bottom side of the slab. So yeah, and I'm saying that it looks like this fixture it's kind of hovering, it's not on the wall probably. I'm not deleted yet because I have to find out what happened here, and by doing so, what I'm gonna do, the best way to find out about things hanging around here is to open another layer combination. Yeah, we're gonna change the layer combination to find out about that suspending switch there. But for the moment, this is how it's looking. We are on the second floor here. You can look down to the first floor if just a little bit scroll this space here. Yeah, so most of our electrical fixtures are set in place. So yeah, let's zoom out. What I'm gonna do right now, so let's change our view. Change the view. We're gonna look around. Let's go scroll up all the way. We're gonna open the vehicle full building model plan. So when I click on it, then automatically our model is gonna change, because of the layer combination, full building, is impact or is populated with the different components that are not here on the schematic power plant. So automatically the model view is going to change. We will be having a new element. And by the way, let me just open the bracket. I know normally when it comes to electrical, what I do most of the time, I do not come straight on ArchiCAD to do the electrical job. No, I don't do that. What I do for my electrical conceptual, or let's say schematic, I use another software. If you go back to on the same playlist, which is the MEP, and you probably, I think it has to be the second or the first video, not the latest one, but the first video or the second video I created for this playlist. You will find out that the software that I used before, that is called Hydromax. Okay, we're gonna go through it, but for the moment it's just a bracket I wanted to open to let you know that most of the time there's another software that I use for my electrical work, my electrical conception and the schematic before boarding ArchiCAD, or before using ArchiCAD to settle electrical components or conduit or any element that will be used for the electrical plant. So this is the inside a little bit. So we are on the first floor. I'm definitely sure about it. Let's zoom out. Let me just click on that, click back again, case you're having problem with your mouse, if you know the roll button is not giving you the view that you want to see, you just come here on your corner left side here. It says to preview zoom. So when you click on it, so it will take you back for the previous you know camera setup. So yeah, look at it. We are on the first floor here. So we're having a first floor here. We're having the ground floor right there at the bottom. So if I zoom in here and turn around, you can see that this fixture, this switch is just hanging around. It's not used. So we're just gonna click on it. I click once. Now as soon as it's selected, then I'm just gonna delete it because it's not useful here. Yeah, just gonna look around, just zoom out. We're gonna zoom out this way. We're zooming out so you can see the whole facade of the building, and I have a little bit of view on whatever concerns the inside. So if I zoom in here, you can see how the inside of so these are basically simply bachelor rooms, mostly 3 to 2 people can occupy, or let's say a couple with 1 kid, and I'll say with a little bit of tolerance, 2 kids, yeah, they can fit here. Yeah, they can fit, but mostly a bachelor, a single couple of 2 people, they will be able, to fit in this space. A little bit of there, go to the bathroom on this side. Let me just zoom in. I'm just scrolling here, just scrolling in there, so you can see the drain cap, So yeah, we started with the electrical. We're gonna go with the plumbing, the mechanical, because there will be a split, air cons here as well. So we're gonna go through that step by step. So yeah, so I want to show you this, to give you a little bit of a glance how, the look of it of the project from a 3D view with a marquee cutout for you just to see and have a better understanding. We are progressing. So this is the second floor. A little bit, so when I just orbit around, you can see how the second floor is looking. The second floor is specifically for a family. It's a family compartment of the building, and then the first and the ground floor is for a bachelor couple, a couple that can stay. But on the second floor, it's mostly for a normal family of 5. Yes, a normal family of 5 can stay here. No, sorry for that. I'm just mixing things up here. That is on another project I'm still working on. But on this one as well, even on the second floor, it's the same routine. The same routine is a single couple with two kids. Can stay here. Or 1. Yeah, maximum 2, because the space is really restrained. It doesn't allow a lot of occupancy. So yeah, the inside, as you can see around, I'm just orbiting around, I'm just rotating around, showing you the space now, just to have a glance on how things are looking up here. Yeah, the best way of doing this is just to set up cameras, then tagging from one camera to another. Though I do have, but I didn't set those cameras properly on the second floor. They're a little bit scattered in different floors. So there are areas that I can show you, the others I cannot, because based on the arrangement that I had with the client. So yeah, this is it. This is probably what I wanted to show you from inside before we go to our initial work, which is the electrical. We're still working on it. We're still working on the second floor here. So I just want to show you the inside of the second floor, and what I showed you on the ground and the first floor. That was just now a glance to show you, what I've been doing. I'll be working on. So yeah, this is it. So without further delay, so let's go to the floor plan there. I'm gonna click on the plan button there, the floor plan button, the second floor there. We are on the second floor right here, and automatically we will carry on with our work, which consists of setting different electrical fixtures on walls or ceiling, yeah. So I'll give it just a second there. So I was talking a little bit about Hydromax. So Hydromax, it's just a wonderful software that I've used for a long time. I've done many work with Hydromax, from mechanical to electrical to P&Ds, plant diagram. I've done a lot of things with Hydromax, charts, Gantt charts, and let's say for budgets, project budgets. So I'm gonna show the software. I'm gonna go through it. I'm definitely sure you're gonna have a glance at it. Probably you'll be using for yourself as well. Why not? So yeah, if I zoom in here on this space here where we have now our distribution boarding board, here. Yeah, so whatever you see, whatever line you can see here on with the orange color here, these are the power line. These are the power supply. They are the supply, the electrical fixtures, and from the electrical fixture you see that if I zoom in here, you see that the one that comes in, the one that brings power, there's a power cable here which is this outlet socket. The line that supplies the power is orange, but the light that the line that leaves the outlet socket, the output line, it's red. So mean that the red stands for the receptacle, distribution energy, and the orange one is the supply. So as you can see here, when I'm gonna go around, you can see that that red line runs all around. You can see there. So we're having it all around there. And the other thing is that we're having the green here. So the green, it's specifically for the light. It's specifically for the lights. So this is what I do. My electrical setup might be different with yours. Yeah, definitely. It's this is how I do it, because I know that after doing this, I will take the data from ArchiCAD straight away to AutoCAD electrical. Then I'll build up the distribution box with all the fuses and the MCB miniature circuit breakers that are needed, and the leakage breaker that are needed for the full project. Because this is the orange one, as I say, they are power cables. And the other thing what I do here, probably what I will do in the future about these cables, is to annotate them. So yeah, that is a must do to me, is to annotate this cable. I'm just gonna click here, drag this note there, just put it on the cable. So I'm able to annotate each and every cable, so that it will be like a facilitation, to me, because I will know which cable refer to which circuits, which cable goes where. So I can just double click here and say, okay, I'm gonna call this cable here, this supply cable, I'm gonna call it, let's say, CB01. So I keep it there. I know already the cable CB01 will go to a specific circuit breaker from the distribution board. So it facilitates my work when I'm doing when I'm routing or building up the electrical panel with AutoCAD electrical. So yeah, this is what I will do in the next step, tagging each and every cable, putting a tag on each and every cable to allow for flexibility while working with AutoCAD. So this is it. So what we're gonna do, we are done with the kitchen and the wiring and the electrical fixtures settlement in the kitchen. So we're gonna take them in the other places. Remember, we set it in parts, the 2D symbols and the 3D object. So we will we already set each and every symbol. So now we will just dragging object, 3D object of the exact same symbol into place, to make them fit. So what's gonna happen here? Let's take a simple example here. So here I've already worked it out. So we're having a single pole, switch here. So I'm gonna drag, because I know that in the bathroom there's a single pole switch there. So I'm just gonna drag and copy and drag this from the visitors bathroom here. Why is I'm zooming out. Let me just take my time. So I'm just gonna drag it there, and bring it right here. So as soon as I'm there, I'll press down Control to create a copy. So I'll press down Control once, you create a copy. You can see that on the cursor there's a little plus there, which means I'm copying that element. So I'm dragging and copy. As soon as the plus appears, I just click once. So now I've created a copy of this fixture. So what I'm gonna do, if I zoom in here, you can see that this side here is the front side, and where there's no extra geometry here constitute the back. So I'm gonna go Control E to rotate the element. Click one on this side, rotate it on the other side, and click again for the second time. Then when once the element rotate around, I'm just gonna click on it and put it at the exact position where I want it to be. So I'm just gonna click there, put it, join it a little bit this side, put it right at the center, because I want it to be centered to the symbol there. Yeah, I've explained why I used different libraries, the ArchiCAD library for the symbol and the 2D, and the 3D library object. I've explained all that. If you want to know about all that, the decision making, you have just to watch the previous episode part 2. Yes, you have to watch the part 2 of the same topic of the same work that I'm doing here. So we've done there. We put a fixtures there. So let's try putting a outlet socket here. So I'm gonna go and drag a single outlet socket. We have a double there. We have a double there. We still have a double this side. We're looking for the single one. We have a double there. So we have a single one here. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna choose just so. Let's go with this one. I'm just gonna click there. Click and drag. You can drag. It's gonna click and drag it there, bring it closer, somewhere here. So we're putting them right there. Put it here. So just press down Control to create a copy. Press that Control you just press that Control to create a copy of the same element. So you zoom in. I don't know when I took it there, which means by not instant, but based on the position that I've taken this socket, which symbolizes it, I will definitely conclude that this is the front side, this is the back one. So I'll go Control E to rotate the element this way. So I click it once there. Then I'm just gonna drag it to the wall. Click once on one node and drag it here. Put it right in the middle there. Then drop it. So from this, we're not gonna do for each and every element. Why? Because otherwise it's gonna take a lot of time. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna show you what I've done right now. Then I'm gonna speed, the modeling. So what I'm gonna do, let's just cut up, a marquee here to show you how is it looking. Let's say open selection, marquee into 3D. Sorry. Let's give it a few seconds there. Let's go zoom to fit. We are on the second floor here. Let's just rotate around. Like this. You can see on the second floor here, because we were working on the second floor. You can see that we having probably, yes, there's the height. So the height here, I know already the height, so we're just gonna swap them. We're gonna put them in different height. So we're gonna say this is 75. So let me look at it. Yeah, so this is 77. No, this is a switch. We're gonna put it to 1 point. I think most of them are 1.2. If I'm I'm not mistaken. Most of them are 1.2. It's just gonna change the height of it. Let's put it 1.3. No, 1.5. Yeah, they are 1.5. They're 1.5. The switches are at 1.5, and the lights, and the plugs, the socket outlets are at 75 centimeters or 0.75 meters. So they are there. They're set up like that. So yeah. So meaning that, and the other thing that I have to do here is to go to other ones, because what I did before, if you go to the previous episodes, I was picking them, using the drop tool, from the first floor to the second floor. That's why there was a little bit of change of height here. And if we go back, I think this is why you have to check your elements. You have to look around to see the height. And this height here, the one that I put here, because remember, this was taken from the kitchen. So in the kitchen, remember, most of outlets that are used for appliances are set above the cabinet. That's why this outlet socket was set a little bit higher compared to the normal standard. And for this switch here was a little bit low. Let me just check it where the switch was taken from. Where I think I took the switch from this bathroom. This one, yeah, this one for this toilet space. It was taken here. Let me just check the height of this, because let's fix it now than later. Yeah, you see it's 0.75, so it will be 1.5. Yeah, sort it out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna speed this video, then we'll come back. through. So this is what I wanted to show you. I'm going to see you in the upcoming episode. Take care and be safe. Cheers.